up? Welcome to the channel, Wrestling with Keish. I'm Keish. And, we're going to talk about Liv Morgan, actually. Liv Morgan won the Royal Rumble, and she now has the opportunity to face Stephanie Vaquer or Jade Cargill, right? And, we've seen Liv Morgan go to Friday Night SmackDown. We've seen her, have little jabs at Jade have jabs at Liv, what have you. So you could easily, do that if you wanted to. But this past Monday on Raw, they definitely cemented for me why I wholeheartedly need to see Liv Morgan and Stephanie. I need it. Because, let's rewind. Oh, let me hit a little Jey Uso. Let's run it back. So, Monday Night Raw happens. Liv Morgan does her sit down with Michael Cole, and she's basically talking about her decision and saying she's going to take her time. Big decision, which it is, Stephanie Vaquer comes, she starts talking that talk. She basically tells Liv Morgan she's earned, nothing, and she's been given everything, basically, in comparison to her struggles. Which, I get, because it's like Stephanie has really traveled and done a lot of things in terms of traveling and other promotions, whereas Liv was, NXT and then, Raw and things like that. So it's more so differences in struggle, right? And, there's a lot of riffraff about that online. And for me, after I sat a little bit, I was just like, they kind of just made the perfect moment for why Liv Morgan should face Stephanie at WrestleMania. For me, if I was Triple H or if I was the booker, what I think they could easily do, they have Liv Morgan start off Monday Night Raw, or just, at some point during Raw, have Liv come out, just have her, like, angry, and have Liv name off her accolades. Like, I've won Money in the Bank, I've done this, I've done that, but then let's rewind and Liv go down, like, how long it took her to get there, how she was in the Riot Squad, and she was not, be honest, you were not on the level that you are right now, and how long it took you to grind and really put in the work to get to where you are right now. And I would love if Liv is just like, I'm picking Stephanie Vaquer because she's underestimating me, and I've been underestimated, my entire career. And I can easily say that I would believe she has been, for me anyway. I was never a huge Liv Morgan fan, to be honest. I like her now for sure, but just me throughout the years, it just wasn't for me. And one thing I will say, she has come a long way, from the girl with the ponytails and the blue tongue and with the Riot Squad to where she is now on the Judgment Day, and, the championship she's won. She's really, like, cemented herself in the position she's in right now, and, it was really interesting story to see. But I just feel like the way they did things Monday, it just creates this moment for Liv Morgan to just really come out, and I don't want to call her an underdog situation, but Liv Morgan come out, she can prove herself, and say, like, how dare you have the audacity to say I didn't work hard. Liv can really just go in and just really, like, make it her moment, and I really hope that that's how that happens. And also a bit further, me looking at it in terms of past WrestleMania, right? Let's say Liv Morgan goes against Stephanie. I do think she will, and if she does, I think she's gonna win and beat Stephanie, honestly. We have Raquel Rodriguez. Raquel Rodriguez has tried her best for months to get Stephanie and get that title, and she didn't, and Liv Morgan has done a lot of things, I'd say, that were kind of shady. Raquel's done some stuff too, accidentally, but you have that storyline there. A lot of people wanted the Judgment Day to break up for 800 years, because trust me, I have. But you have that underlying story there where you can easily create more tension and more drama between Liv Morgan and Raquel. Because, mind you, Raquel wants that belt, and Liv Morgan has it. And yes, we're sisters. Yes, we're friends. But friendships and championships do not go hand in hand, as we've seen throughout, wrestling. It just does not happen. It doesn't work like that. And also, what a great way to turn Raquel into a even major heel as a singles competitor. I think using Liv Morgan and the Judgment Day storyline in that aspect would do wonders for Raquel in terms of pushing her career further. It would just be good storytelling. I actually want a triple threat match with Raquel added in and Stephanie and Liv. And I also did want Raquel to beat Stephanie because, the Liv Morgan and Raquel storyline is there, but we may get it after WrestleMania if Liv Morgan did beat Stephanie. You know what I mean? There's so many endless possibilities you can have. And not to say that her and Jade wouldn't have a good feud or a good storyline, but on Raw, there's more, I feel like there's more layers for her to be champion on Raw. It makes more sense to me to do it storyline wise than to go with Jade. And with Jade, even I think Charlotte Flair or Tiffany Stratton's gonna win Elimination Chamber and face Jade anyway. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. It was an awkward thing watching it live, the situation with Stephanie and Liv, because, Liv's crying and, Dominic is there instead of defending his belt. And there was a lot going on. But after I sat with it and I was just like, okay, maybe they've just created the perfect moment for why Liv Morgan does choose Stephanie. Because, we've seen Liv twiddle her thumbs for a minute. Like, I'm gonna take my time to her crying, her depressed later on, like throughout the show, her being sad. It's like they kind of cemented a moment of like, this is why I want to pick you. And I feel like the storyline building up to it, I think it's going to be really good. And it made me more excited for their match. So we'll see. But, let me know in the comments, do you think Stephanie and Liv should run it at WrestleMania? Do you think Liv should pick Jade Cargill instead? I think Stephanie. That's my final answer. And I hope it happens, because if it didn't, that would be such a crazy curveball for sure. But, let me know. As always, thank you for watching. And please make sure you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.